My wife Amber and I had an absolutely amazing and surprising camping and hiking experience this summer. We decided to go to Pagosa Springs in Colorado because we had driven through it while taking our son to college in Durango earlier this year. We decided to go dispersed camping instead of staying in a campground because you can usually find a more remote site with more privacy than you can find in a campground. We settled on Buckles Lake Road. We saw some amazing sights toward the bottom of the road with views of the valley, but we weren't too keen on having cows strolling through our campsite, so we decided to keep looking. We had seen some cows near where the road meets the highway. We found a really awesome view spot about halfway up the road, but there weren't any viable spots to camp there, unfortunately. As we continued up, we eventually found a spot that looked promising, but it didn't have much of a view, so we decided to go back down to the bottom because we knew that those spots had absolutely amazing views. We drove back to our campground where we enjoyed the epic views from our hammocks. And I mean epic views, they were awesome. We planned to hike to a couple of lakes the next day, Buckles Lake and Harris Lake. The next morning we had breakfast and coffee with our stunning view, and then we headed back to the end of the road for the Buckles Lake hike. The first lake we hiked to on that hike was Buckles Lake. The lake was flat calm, it was very beautiful, and there were lots of flowers near one of the shores. I spent some time getting shots of the flowers with the lake in the background. Eventually, a few butterflies showed up to join the party, which was pretty awesome. We continued on hiking down to Harris Lake, and the trail got a little bit sketchier. It wasn't very technical, but you could tell that not many people had hiked on that trail. We also found where the mosquitoes had been hiding, unfortunately. Harris Lake is quite a bit bigger than Buckles Lake, but as we got closer to it, we realized that it's extremely shallow and very overgrown. From close up, it actually looks like only a small part of it is still open water, even though most of it is still open water. When we got back to our car, we noticed a large group of other folks getting ready for a hike up the trail, which is marked V Trail. It's the other trail at the trailhead. We talked to them and we asked them where they were going, and they said that they were hiking up to a place called Geode Hill and that we could join them if we wanted. They also promised amazing views, so we decided to just go for it. It took us a few minutes to get set, so we ended up leaving after the group had already left. We repacked our packs and set off up the trail, immediately gaining way more elevation than we did on our first hike. We came upon the group as we neared a meadow, and they told us to keep left in a few spots and gave us some general directions, but basically they said that we would know it when we got to the view spot. So eventually we came out of the trees into this beautiful valley with views of the Chalk Mountains to the east of us. It was really awesome. We kept hiking down the valley, and we gained more perspective of the Chalk Mountains to our right. And eventually I looked to my left and saw what looked to me to be a potential view spot. So we hiked over to it, and sure enough, it looked west over a beautiful view. We could see both of the lakes that we had been at, Buckles Lake and Harris Lake, down below us, along with views of all of the surrounding areas. We decided that this must be the top. So we ate lunch, and then we started getting ready to head back down. And as we got up, the group came upon us, and to our surprise, said that we hadn't gotten to the top yet. So we hiked with them a little more, and about a half mile later, they turned off the trail and went straight up our edge. And as we crested the top, the group leader informed us that this was in fact the top. And it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. Before us lay the Needle Range, including Flat Top Mountain, which was 11,407 feet. and to our east lay the other range. And we were just amazed by the chance that we had to meet these people and the fact that they were willing to let us join their group and show us a part of Colorado that we otherwise would have never have seen. The hike ended up being no joke. It was almost 5 miles, but with 1,300 feet of climbing. The views were absolutely spectacular from the top, and we were so thankful that we had found that group, especially because the place that we went to, Geode Hill, isn't marked on a map. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy the video, and I will see you in the next one.